Got plantar fasciitis and feel that sharp stabbing pain at the bottom of your foot? Let's fix it. My name is Faris Solomon. I got my degree in the study of human movement, and here's how to identify the root cause of plantar fasciitis and 8 exercises to take the stress off the plantar fascia and fix heel pain long term. Let's go. Now, plantar fasciitis is the irritation of the plantar fascia ligament that goes from the heel to each of the toes whenever it gets overworked. And when it does get irritated, it feels like sharp stabbing pain that's usually focused in the heel, but it can be at any part of that structure. So, like any other injury or condition, we need to start by finding the root cause of the issue. To do that, we start by assessing our gait or how we walk. So for example, I'm going to take a step forward with my right leg, plant my foot on the ground, stabilize it, and then transfer on to the alternate leg. Now, what we're looking for here is the issue that can be caused from tight calves, specifically affecting dorsiflexion, which is the ability of the foot to go up as far as we can. So in that segment of the gait right here, we're looking at tight calves because if we do have an issue with it, the foot won't be planted properly and the stress will be transferred from the calves to the plantar fascia itself, which is not designed to do so. Over a couple steps, the pain may not be that noticeable, but over an extended period of time, the pain can add up pretty quickly. So if you rarely stretch your calves, or you know you have tightness there, then it's very likely that that's the issue that's causing plantar fasciitis. However, the cause of plantar fasciitis can also be due to weak glute muscles, more specifically the glute medius, which is responsible for hip abduction and the medial rotation of the thigh from the hip joint. Alright, let's get started with the exercises that will be divided into 2 parts, with part 2 more focused toward the calves and the glute medius. For the first exercise, we're going to be doing a massage to the plantar fascia. I will be using a lacrosse ball, and the idea here is to apply pressure, go into clockwise and counterclockwise rotations to target the area with the most pain. Now, there are alternate versions of this exercise. It can be done with a frozen water bottle to have a therapeutic effect from the cold, and it can also be done using a golf ball to have a smaller area and more specific targeting where there's the most pain. And we're going to keep going for 30 seconds. That will be 1 set, and we're going to do 2 sets. Now, the exercises can feel more painful at the beginning, but afterwards there should be a relief to the heel pain, and over time the benefit will be much more significant. For the second exercise, we're going to be doing foot ABCs. Now, what we are going to do here, we're going to use the affected foot and simply draw the letters A, B, and C, focusing in on opening the toes as far as possible and closing down while drawing the letters to work on increasing the mobility. We're going to keep going for 30 seconds. There will be 1 set, and we're going to do 2 sets. For the third exercise, we're going to be doing marble pickups with the foot. Now I'm going to be using a simple marble, but really any ball at that size can work. So I'm going to pick it up with the affected foot, rotate it towards my right, pause, then go back, pick it up, rotate it towards my left, and pause. Now this will work on mobility just like the previous exercise. We'll keep going for 30 seconds. There will be 1 set, and we're going to do 2 sets. For the fourth exercise, we're going to be doing seated plantar fascia stretch. I'm going to be using a towel. I'll have my affected leg straight and the toes extended as far back as possible. Wrap the towel on top of them and pull lightly until I feel a comfortable stretch, and hold that position for 15 seconds. And then relax back slowly. We'll feel the stretch in the plantar fascia and in the calves. Each stretch will be held for 15 seconds. There'll be 1 set. We're going to do 3 sets. For the fifth exercise, we're going to be doing a kneeling plantar fascia stretch. Now I'm going to go on all 4s, have my toes extended with my hands on the ground for stability, and go as far back as I can, as if I'm going to go into a seated position. Now, for some people, the pain won't allow them to go further, which they can stop there and hold that position for a stretch. Or if you can't tolerate the pain, you can go all the way back into a seated position. Hold that stretch for 15 seconds. That'll be 1 set, and we're going to go for 3 sets. Moving on to part 2, we'll have 3 exercises that will target the glute medius and the calves. For the first exercise, we're going to be working on the glute medius by doing hip hikes while leaning on a wall. So I'm going to lean on a wall, lift the leg that's closest to it, and then let my hip drop and squeeze the glutes to lift it back up again. I'm really gonna feel this area working right here. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna go for 15 reps. There'll be 1 set. And what I like to do here is 2 sets per side. For the second exercise, we're gonna do standing leg drives coupled with a calf stretch. To start, let's assume my left foot is the affected foot. I'm gonna have it fixed in a stable position here, lean towards the wall, and then take a step forward with my other leg to stretch the calves. I'll make sure this leg is straight and the heel is on the ground. But rather than doing the stretch only in this direction, I'll take a step back and then take a step towards my left to stretch the calf in a more of a dynamic position to also make the heel get used to these different directions. Then go back and take a stretch towards my right and go back. So we're also working on the heel to get it used to these movements again and being stable while doing these movements. You can even have it as a swaying exercise by going left and right while making sure the heel is on the ground and the foot is stable. Now we're gonna keep doing this for 30 seconds. There'll be 1 set. We're gonna go for 2 sets. For the third exercise, we're gonna be doing seated calf stretch. I'm gonna be using a resistance band. I'll have my leg straight and place the band slightly under my toes here. Pull towards myself until I feel a comfortable stretch and hold that position for 15 seconds. The stretch is mainly gonna target the calves, but I am gonna feel it in the plantar fascia as well. We'll hold that position for 15 seconds. There'll be 1 set and we're gonna go for 3 sets. Overall, adding these exercises to your routine can help fix plantar fasciitis and get rid of heel pain. Try to do them at least once a day to decrease the irritation and take the stress off the plantar fascia, which will long-term fix the issue. Of course, consistency is key, so stay committed to your recovery journey, and as always, stay active and mindful.